Good evening, folks. This is Empress Jackrabbit,
This is Tori Boo 151.
and we're doing another weekly review on Housewives, Season 7, Episode 10. Okay, so this episode, let me just first start by saying a couple things. First, on Saturday, shout out to Thick Chick Vlogs. She did a live session on a spot called You Now. I haven't heard of it before. But it was great. It was a lot of ladies. We got a chance to talk to each other and talk with her. So shout out to you, Thick Chick Vlogs. Can't wait till you have another one. Oh, and it was nice too because Nina was there. Much love from Kentucky. And everybody got excited because she was there. She got a lot of love for being there. And I love the support that she gave Thick Chick Vlogs. If you don't watch her, watch her. She's got Thick Chick TV, Thrifting Thick Chick, and there's one more too.
Just regular Thick Chick Vlogs.
But she's got a lot of channels. She's always got interest in stories. She tells you how to do, because she does some work from home, tell you different jobs to work from home. Wonderful young lady. She is, like I always say, my best friend in my head.
Yeah, definitely. I like Thick Chick. She keeps us informed on different things. She incorporates us in her life and her lifestyle, which I like that. And it's more about positivity rather than negativity.
She doesn't do a lot of reviews on shows, but she was doing Walking Dead, and she got me into watching that. That was some kind of good. But just want to shout out to her. I don't know if she'll ever see this or hear about it, but go over there and check her out and give her some. And then, of course, please go to Much Love Kentucky, because I live for her. She is the truth. Yeah. Okay. There's a lot of good people on YouTube if you take a chance and check them out. And we all have our different styles and different things that we review and talk about. But all of it is interesting, I have to honestly say. Also, don't miss my prediction series. I do numerology, and so I love doing predictions. I have some things on Chris Brown, Rihanna, Karrueche, Beyonce, Jay-Z. I'm doing a Drake, just all Drake by himself, that'll go up there tomorrow. So check that out. And I tell people, at least through the month of January, I'm offering free readings for you. It's numerology based off your birthday. So if you just make a comment and put in your date of birth, your month, your year, and your date, and I can tell you some interesting things about yourself as well. And if you like the video, comment. Love any comments that you have. Thumbs up. And subscribe for sure.
Yeah, so today I'm going to review Housewives. This episode was definitely not dull. And where do we start off with our first section?
Well, I'm going to start off for me, because I ended up jumping into it just about 7 minutes, 8:07, whatever, something like that. And we have Demetria in the studio working on a song, and Nene and Phaedra come in, and she's all right, I'm comparing people like Empire or something like that. She is not that young lady, but she's all right. It's all right, it's not bad. Unfortunately, these days though, the record industry is trying to shut down R&B singers, so it would be very easy for her to be one of the shutdowns, even with a good video and everything else. So, good luck with that. Yeah. But anyways, they get to talking about, I guess, the trip they're going to take, which is to Puerto Rico. And she gets upset, Demetria does, because Phaedra is supposedly throwing shade at her.
Yeah, Demetria just talking about her life, her lifestyle, and of course bringing up Roger Bob, and Phaedra's asking her different questions, just getting the tea on her, and who are you, what are you, what do you stand for, all that kind of stuff. And she thought it as shady. Some of it was, and some of it was just, I'm looking for
the only thing I really thought was shady. Most of it was just gossip gathering. I call it news and information. But the only thing I thought was shady was that Demetria was telling her that she used to pay a crackhead on House of Pain. She was Alan Payne's, that's the real actor's name, been around forever, played his wife, and she had a little crack situation going on. And Phaedra asked her, has she ever been on crack? Like, do you have to smoke crack to be a crackhead? And of course, you do not. She didn't even need to ask that. But that's how they do. It's Housewives. So we go on, and what happens from there?
Now we're seeing Cynthia, Portia, and Kenya, right? And Candy, and we're getting ready to head off to Puerto Rico. We saw them at the airport. They're gathering bags and getting everybody on the plane, and everybody's commenting on people's outfits and stuff.
And of course, they did the separate cars again. So you had Cynthia, Claudia, and Kenya in one car, and then you had Candy, Portia, and who else was in that car? Demetria was in their car. So they're doing that whole mess again. I have to honestly say this. This is really on my heart. First of all, we don't get that many shows on television to begin with. And yet, and still, when we get one, we have drugged this show down to the ground. I used to love this show. I used to live for this show. And not so much now, because it's just getting harsher and nastier and all of that. For me, when it comes to Kenya, how come some motherfuckers don't never learn? Okay, she was shady last year. Well, she did a lot of shade tonight towards Portia and the other girls in the little diary room. Listen, it only take you one time to drag me across the motherfucking floor, then I'm good. You done got me straightened up. I'm being careful about what I say. She's gone to this whole thing of apologizing and all of that, and yet she's still throwing shade at Nene and Portia and Phaedra or whoever, as if that's not going to come back to haunt her. But yet and still, she will still play the victim role of why me? Why is everybody after me? Or why did you say this to me? Right. Do you watch the episodes? The things that you say in the diary room is not necessary. You got the job already. You don't need to go to the nth degree. That's what I think. You think that she should still be as shady as she is?
No, you've been on this show for 2 years now. This is going to be your third. You have the job. You do not have to do no extra anymore. You're not somebody new. I say just stop.
And I feel like there's one show that we watch. I'm not going to name the YouTube person, but we watch their show, and they're always pro Kenya constantly. No matter what she does, it's all good. But here is my truth. We started watching this show, and this show started giving us life by watching Nene. And that was the breakout person. We knew that she was going to throw shade. Yeah. We knew she wasn't taking no mess. We knew all this about her. We know that she used to be a stripper. She was on the pole. All that, because she wasn't ashamed about it. She would put it out there and let everybody know. We saw that she tried to glam up, or she did glam up, and other shows became interested in her because for whoever out there hates her, she is somebody you can't take your eyes off when she's there. You want to know what she's going to say or what she's thinking in dining room. Now, the show is losing its edge, its interest, because now everybody wants to be that person. And everyone's in the diary room constantly throwing shade, from Cynthia with her weak ass to everybody else. And it gets old really fast. It's like a good pizza. Every now and then you go to that pizza shop to get that good pizza. But if I'm getting pizza every day, that same good pizza, and my hubby is bringing it home, my kids are bringing it home, I have to tell y'all to stop bringing me pizza. Give me a pizza rest. Well, that's your good pizza you love. I did. I did. So for Nene, first of all, props to her for bringing the shade and getting us really into the show. And so I'm sorry for these ladies. I'm sorry for Claudia and Kenya and Cynthia. Any of y'all lagging behind. Now y'all 2 or 3 or 4 seasons too late trying to be shady. And Kenya wanted to come in with that very defensive and on a battle tip from the jump. And it hasn't worked out well for her, and she hasn't learned. But back to the show. We end up, we just could skip all that. We end up in Puerto Rico. And so first, Candy and Portia and Demetria get there. They get to a room. They decide who's going to have a porch, like a balcony, I guess, and all of that. And she's with them and hang with them. And they're telling her about Portia being shady with her. Mm-hmm. And I'm sick of that word because they're using it to death. But at any rate, they try to tell her, well, that's, you got to get to know Portia. And if you don't say, Phaedra, yep, Phaedra. If you don't say anything from the beginning, then she's going to keep on throwing shade. But once you say something, she stops.
Yeah, pretty much that's her in reality. But then we go on to see that the other ladies are getting their rooms. Cynthia and Claudia, right? Mm-hmm. They're walking around in their rooms.
And Kenya.
And
then Demetria comes to greet them. I guess it's her little gathering. But then she has the nerve to say, oh, you guys are the fun ones. I'm like, really?
All right.
Okay. They seem more like the troubled, can't fit in ones. That's a bunch of losers to me, quite frankly.
Really?
Just a bunch of losers. They're either new on the show, or they just got new backbone, or they just got a new ass whooping. And, so that's what they seem like to me. And they have nobody else to turn to but one another. I don't think for one doggone minute they deal with each other when the cameras go off, to be quite frank about it. But anyways, they get their rooms. And then later on, Nene and Phaedra get here. And Demetria is very worked up over some things that Phaedra said, and that she should be singing some pop or country and western, and the whole little crack mention and all that. So, you want to jump to the dinner?
Yeah, so we get to the dinner. Everybody's gotten their drinks, and everybody's all kind of tipsy now. And we're having a shade fest. So it starts with Demetria. She wants to address Phaedra about what she said, how inappropriate it was, and she didn't know if it was shady or not. And Phaedra really wasn't here for that. She kind of like wanted to shut it down.
Girl, I'm gonna tell you something. I don't care what you say about Phaedra. I'm Phaedra in that sense. If you're coming to me to address me on this stuff, you should have had addressed me at the time I said it. Because I don't give a fuck no more. This is my honest to God truth. I don't care what nobody had to say or what y'all got to say. Once you come to me to explain why you got mad or why you thought it was shade, I'm like, bitch, please, bye. Next, can we move on? I really am like that. I'm irritated for it. And now you're going to get me at my maddest because I'm not trying to hear that while you still talking and whining and all of that. What did Phaedra say? Something shady? Yeah, with the crack thing.
Yeah,
I thought it was. But was it all that? You could have snapped back on her and got your life back and went on. And she would have keyed it off and went on with her life.
Yep.
So they go on with that. Now the other ladies are really just like fed up with it, and they start chitty-chatting all around that conversation between Demetria and Phaedra.
Yeah, they're just going on and around and around. But then at that point, Claudia and Cynthia want to chime in on what Phaedra and Demetria are talking about. And basically Nene's like, none of y'all were here or there at the time. Why are you speaking up?
Because Cynthia, that bitch is crazy as a mug, okay? If she not on something, she do need to take something. She says, well, even if you didn't do it, just apologize for it and let's move on. Hold on. If I didn't do anything, what would I be apologizing for?
Right.
I don't get that. That would have never happened in life. I bet you that wouldn't happen. And it didn't happen because my girl Phaedra wasn't going for that. She don't hear that. It's just like, whatever the bullshit you're saying is crazy to me. And you got enough situations, Cynthia, with your trying to get a new backbone, your crazy ass, thieving ass, cheating ass husband, that it just seemed to me that you want to just be quiet and let that pass. But really? She says that they shuts her up really fast. And now Claudia wants to jump in and try to go for Nene in the Shade Fest. And here's the thing. If I'm new on the show and nobody cares about me and I'm not bringing anything interesting and I want to up my the interest of the lowest level of mankind type people, and I said that, then I'm going to do a shade fest on the big wig or the big dog or whatever it is I'm thinking in my mind about this person. That's me putting them up on a pedestal, because I feel like if I go there and tell you about your edges missing and all of that, then they'll have shine on me. I'll have a storyline.
Mm-hmm.
They'll be pumping me up. Girl, that's tired and played out.
Very much
really,
so.
it is. But they started going back and forth, throwing shade at each other and talking about all kind of mess. And honestly, for me, both of them look classless. They look ridiculous. I was not here for it. I really was not, because you didn't give me much of a show to begin with. It was very dull. You waited to the last 10 minutes to turn it up. And it was just turned up randomly, like they told us to say this and this action. It was very fake and forced and foul. And, I'm sorry. I'm commenting tonight through. I'm sorry I'm taking up your time. But I am just sick to death of some of these shows that are supposed to be unscripted, but they're scripted, where they say cut and take two, or tell me about the time such and such happened, and now we're going to act it out like it's happening tonight, and go through all your emotions and get really mad and pour a bunch of liquor. This ain't nothing but Basketball Wives or Love and Hip Hop on Medicaid. Okay, it really is, because this is the same thing that we see with Mona Scott and her shows. It's just get us together in one room. Let's turn up the liquor. Let's put on 2 tons of hair and 50 tons of eyelashes and go. But that doesn't make a show. It doesn't. When you're arguing or throwing shade and we don't really know why, or when Claudia is speaking up, trying to be on the defense of Demetria, but now she ain't even talking about Demetria or Phaedra, but she's coming for me. I don't really know what that's all about. I don't really care for it. I'm not here for it. It's very dull. I'm sure there are small-minded people out there that was here for it and they're going to love it, but I'm not one of them. I don't know. I told Tori Boo, I don't know if I'm going to continue to watch it or not, because give me something else. You had talked about my husband and my clit and my hair and my boyfriends I don't have and my African man I don't have and his 50 wives and yada, yada, yada. What? All of this animosity, you come onto a brand new show and you got all this animosity off of what? Because you watched some seasons before? Right. And you don't know me from nowhere, and you believe dim-wittedly that everything that you saw was exactly right. It wasn't staged by production. It wasn't in the editing room being cut the way they wanted to cut it to make people look a certain way. You were stupid enough to believe it. Bye, bitch. Bye. Okay, I'm sorry. What do you want to say?
And the comment on what you said with the Claudia's tactic of, I'm going to get to shine if I start trying to read the queen of the show. That tactic is as old as Flavor of Love. Mm-hmm. One of the first reality shows out here. Just stop. And I agree with you. It was very classless. Everybody was very drunk and loud and were looking crazy. And it looked like it was kind of sweaty. And it was all kinds of dirtiness. And, we hit the lows of the lows.
Right. And they could have been out there eating some good food.
That's what I'm wondering. Where's the food?
Dipping in jacuzzi. That's what I've been doing. Dipping in jacuzzi. Walked around for the table. See if I see me one of these big old fine Puerto Rican man and something like that. I'm gonna spend y'all money well, trust me.
Right.
And when I leave away from the pool turned up, it's gonna be really turned up.
Right, not because I'm mad.
Because I'm mad and I'm arguing with somebody I don't give a fuck about and I don't even know.
Nope.
I know you from what? Ricky Smiley? Bitch, bye.
No. And they were hitting, Claudia and Nene were hitting at the lows of lows. Why am I talking about your genitals? Mm-hmm. That's nasty. Or why are you wondering about what I'm doing in my 20s when you weren't even there?
You weren't there when I was on the pole. And she the first person to say, Nene the first person to say she'd been on the pole.
Right.
That's so old and so tired. And Claudia believing that she got the fire and the heat, and I'm gonna bring it, and all that. Girl, stop, please.
Right.
You need a good natural ass whooping yourself. So for me, but anyways, your dumbness is shocking to me.
Right.
I think that the lower your IQ is, the quicker Bravo will hire you, and the
Oh,
more
yeah.
they will pay you.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah.
that's what I think. But that's my review for the show. I'm sorry, y'all. It might not have been what you wanted, but I'm telling you what you got right here. I'm too old for all of that mess. I'm too mature, not old, but I think I'm too mature, and my mind is above a lot of that. So
Really.
but comment, thumbs up, subscribe if you like it, and we'll see you next week. Bye.
See ya. Oh, don't forget to watch Empire this week.
Yes,
We'll be
Empire.
reviewing. See ya.